Hi guys, we're on set at the FORVR Mood. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm finally able to say this out loud. The perfume launch. We have 4 fragrances in this collection, and I'm so happy to introduce I Am Her, a little she is me and I am her moment. This perfume quite literally personifies the color pink. She's fluffy, she's pretty, she's girly, she smells like a dessert. This is for the person who wants to smell edible, who wants to smell lickable, kissable. It's a very feminine fragrance, but you know our FORVR Mood, fragrance has no gender, so all of our scents are appropriate for anybody, but when I say feminine leaning, it just means the notes just scream femininity. So the first thing that you smell when you spray the scents, obviously will vary from person to person, but for me, my nose goes straight to some of that pear and the raspberry. It's unlike truly any fragrance I've ever smelled in my entire life. The scents are like gourmand and fruity, but also somehow still smell like a baked good. It's just a super beautiful scent. I love it for daytime and nighttime, and I like how it has that sort of crispy, it's the pear note. The crispy pear note at the top gives it this sort of like fresh, crisp edge to it. That's just really beautiful and fluffy and stunning. Such a beautiful scent. I would probably say I built the collection around this scent because I wanted something that was the most me. I wanted to start with a fragrance that was a perfume for a true gourmand lover, and I'm a true gourmand lover. 24/7, this is me, I'm her. She is me, period. She's that girl. So whenever we create a fragrance at FORVR Mood, we like to build a personality because, you know, fragrance is so much more than what you smell. It's who you're talking to. And so I have some notes about I Am Her's personality. If she was a city, I Am Her would definitely be London. And it's a particular type of London girl. She's a London cool girl. If I Am Her was an influencer or a celebrity, I'm gonna say Ariana Grande. Very pink, very feminine, very fluffy. If I Am Her was an occupation, I would say she's a makeup artist. Her favorite artist is Nicki Minaj. Pink Friday, period. Like, who else would it be? I Am Her is approachable, she's aspirational. She's actually the girl that you wanna be like. It's a scent that's gonna invite people to come ask you, oh my God, what are you wearing? It's sweet, it's beautiful, it's edible, but also fruity and a little bit of like a sparkling edge thanks to that pear. The collection really kind of starts with I Am Her. Our next fragrance is NDA. Now, if you know what an NDA is, then you already know what time it is. I would say if I Am Her is your bestie, NDA is kind of like the girl you're a little bit kind of scared of. You may be a little bit intimidated by her. Some of the top notes are tobacco flower, spiced rum, and vanilla. I wanted a gourmand scent that is not for everybody. Like, there's really no other way I could put it. I wanted something that was just a little bit, I don't want to say polarizing, but it kind of is. It's not something that is going to be for everybody, but when you love it, you're going to be obsessed with it. It has like this ever so slight smokiness to it. Don't be scared of smoke now. Don't be scared of smoke. A little bit of that tobacco just adds this like sultry, seductive little twist at the end. Sometimes when you're a fragrance girl, you want to wear something that only you smell like. And to me, that's exactly what NDA embodies. And that's why it's kind of like, I may make you sign this paperwork to get close. NDA is definitely, I would say, the most nighttime appropriate of all of our scents, simply because some of that tobacco really makes it just a beautiful nighttime scent. This is also definitely fall, winter, definitely your cold month scent, definitely the scent you want to cuddle with somebody with. Also beautiful on the men as well. I love this for date nights when I really want to smell like myself. I also get a lot of very, very strong reactions whenever I wear NDA. People are like, oh my God, what do you smell? Like, this is definitely the scent that gets me chased down. If NDA was a city, she would be Paris, but Paris during fashion week and Paris at night. She's an American in Paris. If she was a celebrity, she would honestly, this is a bold claim, but I'm gonna say Riri. I'm gonna aim for the stars. NDA's occupation, naturally, she's a lawyer, NDA, period. She's the one drafting the NDAs, but she's an entertainment lawyer, and she's also an influencer. So she has 2 jobs. She works really hard. And her favorite artist is Amy Winehouse and Lil' Kim. It's called Duality. Because we've been working on these perfumes for so long, like literally got the first set of samples in quarantine, I go through different phases with different favorites, and Hard to Get has been a consistent top favorite for me simply because it's not a typical gourmand. The top notes are lemon, jasmine, and whipped vanilla. It's almost got a little bit of white floral twist, a little bit of citrus twist to it. To me, it just reminds me of like a scent for the cottagecore girls. It's absolutely stunning. It's once again not a typical gourmand. So you're gonna get some of that whipped vanilla and it's creamy and it's fluffy, but it's also a little bit citrusy, and that subtle jasmine just weaves throughout and just makes it just this beautiful, not polarizing gourmand, which is what I love about the scent. I also get a lot of very strong reactions to this because it is so unique. I like the fact that it also has a little bit of a fresh element to it, like almost kind of like a sparkling twist. Why would I buy it? Why would I not buy Hard to Get? Because she's hard to get. First of all, I loved coming up with the name of the scent simply because it is so unique. It is so special. It is such a beautiful daytime and nighttime scent, depending on how it reads on your body, because some of that vanilla can really like make it very dark and very sultry. Probably one of my favorite scents that I like to wear when I'm going to events and when I'm doing stuff during the day. If Hard to Get was a city, she'd definitely be LA. If she was a celebrity, you know what? I'm actually gonna say J-Lo, because she's a Leo. And Leos have an affinity to citrus scents, and there's citrus notes in this perfume. If she had an occupation, I'm gonna say she's a jewelry designer. She works with her hands and she likes to make things pretty. And her favorite artists, she has two, Victoria Monet and SZA. And our final fragrance, but not to be confused with the least important, is You Remind Me. Obviously the names are all unique and special to each perfume. And the reason why we chose You Remind Me is because when we were creating the scent, I wanted to create a scent that reminded you of a person and not necessarily something that smelled literally like a gourmand or a citrus or like a white floral. I wanted you to smell it and be like, I don't know what you smell like, but you smell really good. You remind me of someone, or you remind me of like my adolescence, or you remind me of like a country I used to live in. This was a scent that we wanted to create that was more of like a feeling and less like literal fragrance notes. The top notes are apricot skin, orange blossom, and musk. So it is a true skin scent. And musks, you know, for some people, musks can be very polarizing. I knew I wanted it to be a warm musk. So it's very warm, very close second skin. It almost just smells like a person. Just, you know, ooh, take your clothes off, get naked. That's kind of the vibe. I think this scent is ideal for someone who may be new to perfume and doesn't really know where to start. Musks are always great for people who don't know what they really like yet. So like, okay, try like a second skin. I definitely think this is a perfume for fire signs because it's so warm. Out of all fragrances, I would say musks get me like the least excited, but when we created this one, I was like, oh baby, it's all right. Done. This is probably the only musk I wear now. Amazing for layering, by the way. So if You Remind Me was a city, I would say she's Atlanta. The celebrity that I envision wearing You Remind Me is Jasmine Tookes, just because I feel like she probably smells like a really good, clean second skin. You Remind Me, if she had an occupation, I would say she's a florist. If I had to choose her favorite artist, I would say Tim's. So this is one of the most exciting projects that we've worked on since we launched FORVR Mood, because FORVR Mood really started with my love for perfume. We started this project in 2020 while still on quarantine. It almost seems like, damn, like another world. Like we were literally quarantining. And I'm not talking about like round 3 quarantine. I'm talking about the first original one, winter 2020, okay? On lockdown. So we didn't have nothing else to do but just sniff each other. And I was in my apartment sniffing the first round of samples thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. When we started the project, I told them exactly what I wanted. And I knew that I wanted it to be based on personalities, because so much of FORVR Mood is built on who you are and like what you like and where you come from. Like everything that we do is so personality infused. I also knew from the jump there was never gonna just be one, because I don't ever want anybody to have to settle for just one. Like everybody has a different mood. That's where the name comes from, FORVR Mood. Sometimes you're in one mood, sometimes you're feeling this, sometimes you're feeling that. I didn't want anybody to have to sacrifice or choose just one mood. And that's what I think the true fragrance lover is. You don't always have to settle for one thing, one vibe. You can have a little bit of everything in you. We're the most proudest of that. So excited to introduce the FORVR Mood fragrance collection, available now at Sephora and FORVRMood.com.